Well, hello everybody, Mark Anthony of The Vegas Tourist, and yes, welcome to my channel. I'm sitting out here in the middle of a field. 3 miles in that direction is the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign. Behind me would be the Silverton. To my left over here would be the Outlet Mall South. To my right would be Mount Charleston. Yes. If everything stays on plan, which I think it will, where I'm standing right now, in about 3 to 4 years, will be the platform to step onto a Virgin high-speed electric train that will take me 170 miles of that direction to a town called Victorville, California. I know it's not LA, but it's closer than it is here. Okay, and there's some people out there going, but that's kind of a silly idea. Mark, you also did some videos and wrote a lot of articles how you thought it was the choo-choo train to nowhere. What changed? Well, the fact that Virgin got on board. About a year ago, Virgin Trains took over the company that was handling it, and for 20 years they've been trying to get this train built and couldn't do it. Virgin has a record of getting shit done. Okay, they also have a wonderful train running in Southern California that's getting rave reviews, and they're expanding it. So they have a working model. Years ago, my opposition included the fact that, well, they didn't have a train station. They were going to put it in North Las Vegas, then they were going to put it where the stadium sits now, and then they were going to move it here. And then, okay, they had nothing done. Virgin comes in and says, this is where it's going to go. And they have one in Victorville as well. This is south of the Strip, and it's in a good location. On a Friday afternoon, it is literally bumper to bumper, Los Angeles to Las Vegas. Sunday, it turns around, and it's bumper to bumper, Las Vegas to LA. We haven't opened the stadium yet, so that's just going to add to it. Right? Why don't they get the first section from LA to Victorville built first? Well, first of all, that path is already secured. Right? They've already got that path laid out and ready to build. The issue is that the state of California keeps changing their mind on where they want the connecting rails to go. Do we go to the airport? Do we go to San Bernardino? Where? All right. That part hasn't been figured out. In earlier videos, I had explained that, being a choo-choo train to nowhere, because you started in Victorville, and that's what gets a lot of people to scratch their heads. However, doing tours to and from LA, through LA, and spending time there, I have come to really understand the transportation culture that's there. From my hotel to the airport, I could probably see the airport very clearly. I could probably even see the jet that my guests were on, but to drive it was going to be 35 to 45 minutes. So driving an hour out of LA to Victorville, parking your car in a secured parking lot, jumping onto a very comfortable, very new train, which is probably going to be in a constant party mood anyway, sitting down in a reserved seat and just riding the rail, very soft, very, very gentle ride for 90 minutes, get here, jump into an Uber, jump into a cab or a house car, and there it is. Right? Part of my opposition was before we had resort fees, before we had parking fees, before we had Uber. All right? Driving here, getting into a cab was always a very expensive deal. We don't have that anymore. Okay. So that's gone now because we have Uber, we have Lyft, we have other transportation options. When I talk to people who are not familiar with either the Virgin trains or with LA traffic, they think of this as our monorail extended for 170 miles. It's not. Go online, look at the trains that Virgin has in Miami. Right? These are very beautiful trains, very comfortable trains. They've got services on board. They have different classes. Virgin doesn't do cut rate, all right? And while I'm speaking on Virgin, this may even change my thoughts on what used to be the Hard Rock and the fact that Virgin is probably going to bail on that project because of its location. I may have to reevaluate that with this being so far into the project. I mean, this video is being made in April of 2020. We are shut down because of the media hyped pandemic. Right? This, I don't think, and there's been no indication that this is going to throw off the timeline. They are gearing up right now to break ground in late 2020, this year, so that this can open up late 2023. I'm figuring early 2024. But still, they have the deadlines, they've got the projects, they've got, that was my issue prior to all this with the previous operator, is they had nothing concrete. We're going to build it. It's going to start someplace in Victorville, and it's going to end someplace in Las Vegas. It's going to run probably alongside the railroad tracks, blah, 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 blah. No, Virgin came in and said it's going to go from here to here, and it's going to run like this. They've even made plans to work with the new airport. Yes, the airport in Ivanhoe is back on the front burner. They're starting to talk about it. Okay, that's behind the M, or down by Jean. That's how far into this they are. This is how far and how fast they're moving in just the last year. So I'm pretty sure the next 3 years is just going to see an amazing amount of construction going on. As I said on the beginning, 3 of the 4 major legs of this have given it the thumbs up, the green light, the whole works. California has said, okay, you can start to sell the tax-free revenue bonds. Clark County here in Nevada, they're on board. They're working as a partnership with Virgin. The only one that has yet to give the thumbs up, green light, is the Nevada State Legislature. Unfortunately, it's, our part is the smallest part. It's 1/3. Two-thirds of this sits in California. 1/3 of it sits here. So that's basically, we're just waiting on the state legislature here to give it the thumbs up. I don't see a problem with that, other than is that they're going to link this somehow to the failure of our monorail, which was just a complete political boondoggle. This is not a political boondoggle because it's being built by a private company using privately raised funds. They just need both states to go make them tax-free. The station in Victorville, they've got the land set up. They're finalizing the purchase agreements or lease agreements. This here, they've already got this in trust. The idea is run one train. They want to run a train every 45 minutes. So since Virgin took over, and they just moved this along so fast, and they literally have put this thing on track. Everything is lining up. All of the negatives we had before are becoming positives. It's just there's more and more good coming out of this than there is bad. So there you have it, folks. The choo-choo train to nowhere is becoming the choo-choo train to Partyville, Las Vegas. It's going to happen. I want to know your thoughts, your comments. Put them down on the show notes down below. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and for more information, you can always find me at The Vegas Tourist. All right, Mark Anthony, The Vegas Tourist, and I will see you all on the next video.